Okay.
Per child. So, for example, there is a parent with 3 children, 3 students who qualifies, then it's per student.
Ooh, that's that's a lot of food. All right, no, and yeah, I can imagine that's only with 3. Can you imagine you have like 5 of them in that qualified? You're gonna get a big.
Oh my
All
gosh!
5
Yeah.
qualified.
Is there an
Went to a public
expiration?
school, or then they would all get the.
That's the same topic
Is
everyone's
there
talking about.
a deadline for the usage of this
Have a nice day,
438
Dave.
per child?
So
See you
it's up to
later.
1 year.
Okay.
It's good for up to 1 year.
Okay. Great
Guess we're gonna be
information,
there till-
Janela, and I thank you so much for giving us a call and letting everyone know.
What else is on? Let me see. Sorry. I'm just checking everybody first. Today. Nothing from the link from today. Seriously?
Wait a minute. You know I don't have a husband. Okay. So, in fact, you've had 5. And she stops and she's going, wait a minute. He knows my life. And she goes, and he goes on further. He says, in fact.
What are you talking about? Where's... Okay, wait. Maybe I need to check on YouTube. The link 47 minutes ago. Gumarasan Atsu Lati honors our island culture with a ceremonial Chamorro dance. There's Senator Frank Bloss Jr. on the resolution to terminate the public health emergency. Senator Chris Dueñas comments on governor's extension of public health emergency. Okay, saw that one. What's today? Today's the 30th. UOG School of Education has proud legacy proven. Oh yeah, Lily said to check. Oh, okay, wait. Seen that, right? About some. Okay. CNET. 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 I don't know what that is. Which is hopefully something comes up. There, University of Guam. I hope it's this. 8 weeks of summer fun with 521 almost none. Sounds like fun. Follow us on Facebook for ways to stay healthy this summer and for chances to win 521 almost none items to support. What is it? 521 almost none. Lily, I still can't get it. I'm trying to watch. He wants me to watch some kind of cooking video from Yoji, and I don't see any. Well, hopefully. Okay, here. I think here, 21 hours ago. Oh, there. Celebrate a world of flavors with Harley and our guest, Dr. Liudin, as they teach us how to make this simple, colorful Israeli salad. Let's see that.
Hafa day, everyone. Welcome back to one of our cooking demo for this month of March.
There's
The
Lily.
theme for our cooking demo for this month is called Celebrating a World of Flavors.
Excuse me.
And so
Peace, we're gonna have to
today
go
we have a
inside.
special guest. His name is Dr. Lee Dean.
One
He's
moment,
also
please.
the Dean.
Everybody wants to be in the video and talk at the same time. One moment. Let's do this in the quiet comfort of our sanctuary. One moment. There we go. Let's do this.
For the College of Natural Applied Sciences here at the university, and we're making Israeli salad. So let's go. Let's get into it.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure of mine to spend a little time with you this afternoon. A little bit of background of why I chose this particular salad. Number one, it's quite easy to make. I learned it many years ago when I was living in Israel. I spent about 2 years in Israel, in the northern part of the country, actually where the Jordan River flows out of the Sea of Galilee. And this particular salad that the Israelis eat can be eaten in the morning, like for a breakfast salad, a lunch salad, or a dinner salad. And the uniqueness about this salad compared to a Western salad, it doesn't contain any lettuce. It's basically the ingredients that I'll show you in a minute is the basic ingredients that you can get readily in the Middle East. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about what the composition of the salad. We're going to start off with, and you can choose what kind of tomatoes. I like the cherry tomatoes because I think they're richer and a little bit more solid, but if you want a little bit different type of tomatoes, you can choose it. They're easy to cut up, and I'll demonstrate that in just a few minutes. And then these are cucumbers, and we like using the long cucumbers rather than the more European thick one, what I used to call the Waimanalo cucumber. And it's grown here locally, so you can get, the nice thing about this is that you can get local tomatoes. You can easily get cucumbers from our farmers. The next ingredient is parsley. Some people do grow parsley. It's not a common spice that's grown here on island, but you can find definitely
He says he's not
parsley
comfortable in
in
front
any
of
of our
the
local
camera,
markets.
but it's doing so
next
good.
Is really what makes this unique about this Israeli salad. In Hebrew, this is mint, but in Hebrew we call it nana. Nana is the spice that is commonly used for many dishes, and mint is grown in people's gardens, backyard gardens, planters, and mint is used not only for a food dish, but as you know, a lot of people use it to boil tea and make tea out of it. So you can either do it by itself or put it with a tea to make for a flavor. Typical scallions, onions I cut up. These are actually two small onions that I cut up into small pieces. By the way, if you can't find mint, and I had to look pretty extensively on Guam to find the mint, but I did find it in a couple of stores, you can always substitute it for basil. Basil is really easy to find.
You can go to that restaurant.
Is
What's
a
that
commodity
restaurant?
that
Because
most,
they plant it
stores sell.
outside.
So if you don't,
Any
if
of
you
the
can't get
Vietnamese
mint,
restaurants
you
or
can
Thai
always
restaurants here in
substitute it for
Guam,
basil. And today we'll put
you'll
a
find
little
them
bit
in
of mint,
containers
the majority of it,
outside. They
and a
just
little bit of
plant
basil.
fresh so that's
You
available.
can't cook Mediterranean food or Israeli food without olive oil. That's extra virgin olive oil. And then to add flavor to your dish is we also have feta cheese. And feta, as you know, for most of you know, comes out of either a goat or a sheep milk. That's used, and if you know a little bit about the Middle East and Israel, the goat industry and the sheep industry, especially the goat industry, is predominant and has been since the old biblical times. Okay, so and lemon too. Sorry, lemon, a little bit of salt, ground pepper, and
That is
as
really
I said,
good,
a little
of
bit of
course.
oregano. Okay,
That's
so
what I
we're
meant
going to
to
get
say.
started and doing this mixture. So I've cut most of the things up, so it didn't take too much time. But basically, very simply, I'll just, the tomatoes are quite easy. I like to make them small, easier for digestion. So I just cut, and that's why I like choosing the cherry tomato, because it's easier to cut up, and you can make it into small, thin slice. Okay. And what I did obviously is took a little bit about what would you say, about About 2.5 cups, all right, and one of the containers of the cherry tomatoes, about a container and a half, and then of course, obviously just plate it into your bowl. So that's one separate thing. Now, cucumbers is interesting. The Israelis don't ever take off the skin. I like actually keeping some skin on and some not on. Sometimes they'll actually even cut it right down the middle. And they will, some of the times that they'll even de-seed it, but I actually like the seeds in mine. But sometimes what they'll do is actually take the seeds out. So you can see that on the cucumbers, you basically want to dice them into small pieces like we have here in just a minute. I'll move this to the side. So basically just dice them up to small, easy for those, for digestion and easy to spoon feed. And listen, like I said, this is a common salad not only for adults but also for children, and it makes it a lot easier, as you know, cooking things up that are small for kids to eat as well.
Yes,
Okay?
like our house
So
for our
this
babies.
has already been done. We did,
And they love
these
salad.
so this is 2, or actually 1.5 long cucumbers that we used to create this dish. Okay, so we cut up the parsley already. This is just regular parsley that you get in the store. Some people like cilantro. I like just regular parsley. The recipe calls just for regular European parsley. And as I said, we took the mint and we cut it all up finely. I'm going to show you that if you have to use the basil, you can easily just take the whole strand of basil, and it has a nice scent to it. You guys can smell it, I'm sure, already as I cut it up.
Smells good.
It smells really good, and I'm going to put this together with it. So if you can't find the mint, or what I said in Hebrew
I
is
want
called
this
manna,
salad.
you can always use basil. All right. So I'm going to just stick this with the mint already cut up. Okay. So we're going to start doing a little bit of mixture of everything, if that's okay, Harley.
It's almost like a Greek salad.
With in our mixing bowl.
Except
Okay.
it's missing
And
bell
you'll see
pepper.
that I'm going to add in a moment. Once everything is mixed, I'll add.
And
I took
lettuce.
a lemon, and we'll squeeze at least one lemon. Maybe we'll do a lemon and a half. Very, very typical of using citrus in foods in the Middle East, especially in Israel. So we'll do it with a lemon. And then, as I said, there are 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil that we'll pour in there too. You can't make a dish in the Middle East without using olive oil. And then, as I said, this is 8 ounces or 6 ounces, a typical small container of the feta. Okay, so we will get started. We'll start with the tomatoes first. I'm going to add the tomatoes into our mixing bowl. And we just, by the way, we just recently cut this up, so it hasn't been sitting very long. It's easy to prep. This whole, I had Harley, by the way, help me cut some of this out, but basically you can do it yourself. The whole prep time on something like this shouldn't be any more than like 15 minutes, okay?
Yes.
Now we're gonna add the cucumbers, all right? Okay, thank you, appreciate it.
And is this a basic? These are the basic ingredients needed for this recipe, right?
Absolutely correct, yes.
And if they have other vegetables, can they also add on to it, or?
Absolutely, there would be nothing that would adhere them to add extra different kinds of vegetables to it. But the more traditional one is what we're doing right now. Just basically tomatoes, cucumbers. A lot of people add a little bit more onions. I like basically two scallions, two of the onions. I'm going to add the onions into it now. Okay, I'm going to mix. So every time I do it, by the way, I just like to make it.
Mix it
up
yeah.
well. All right, I'll probably put the liquids in last with the oregano and the salt and the pepper.
Yes.
Okay.
Looks good and smells good already.
Okay, great.
It does.
And very colorful. Yes.
Yes.
Really, very, very simple. Okay. Now I'm going to add. I did wash my hands. I am going to add the parsley. I think I might have cut
Very
up a little
thoughtful,
bit too
very.
much. It's about a
That's
fourth
good.
of a cup
I mean,
of parsley.
he's letting us know all that.
And I'm going to mix that in there. If I have to add a little bit more at the end, I'll let you know. I'll do it.
He wanted me to
Okay.
watch it so I
And
can,
as I
you
said,
know, let
really
it
the
know,
special
critique it, I
ingredient
guess.
to this particular salad is the mint. And I found mint on island, like I said. They even sell mint in some of the hardware stores, you know, the gardening stores. Sometimes they sell plants, which you can plant and grow in your garden, which is really,
nice.
really nice. And like I said, you can use it for food or make
Yeah,
tea
he's
out of
not
it.
mentioning.
And then I also added, as you saw, some of the basil with it too. And if you can't find
Name of the
mint,
place.
then you can do the whole thing with basil. But I'm sure now,
Hardware
Harley, that you
store.
can smell the ingredients
Yes.
of the mint and
Now
also the
that they
basil
will.
all come together, right? Cool.
Smells good.
Great, great.
Very
And this, sir,
vegetarian
yeah,
as well.
vegetarian. And let me tell you something. And this is really easy to do. And as you see at the end, this could easily feed, you know, a couple of different. It could easily feed 8 people. You know, you can plate it that way. Some people just eat this as a meal, and that's fine too. And it all depends. Listen, we set this up for one serving for like 6 to 8 people, but you would just double the recipe if you needed for more. Okay.
Right.
So now what we're going to do is put a little lemon in this. If you'll help me, I'm just going to squeeze the lemon, keep the seeds out of it. Yeah, great.
Nice.
Perfect. Okay, I'll put this there. I'll do just one more. So 1 lemon. I'm just going to squeeze 1 lemon into it. And listen, you could use local
Well, I'm having
calamansi
salad
if you wanted
today.
to. You could use lime.
I'm gonna get some
But,
lemon. I'm gonna
obviously, we're
squeeze
just
it
going
on my
to
salad
follow
before
the recipe that I learned on and use just lemon too. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that today.
Looks good. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions or comment, feel free to comment on the video, and our camera person, which is Hyatt, will translate your questions and your comments.
Great, and be very happy to answer any questions you might have. Usually like just a pinch of salt. All right, the salt's giving me a little bit of an issue. I'll get it out of here.
And humidity.
Salt to taste. I'm not a big fan of salt, so I didn't put that much in it.
Yes, you
But
are.
it's up to you, and you can add back
You
into
like
it if your
salt.
family likes a little more salt or not.
Well, you and I do like salt,
Then it adds for ground pepper.
but I
which
think I
I'll do
like
in
it
a
more
minute.
than he does.
Then I'll add. Okay, thank you. You want that's a fourth of a teaspoon, right? This is a half.
Yes.
Okay, a half a teaspoon.
I
of
call
oregano.
Lee. That's what his sisters used to call him. His childhood.
That
pet
to the
name,
salad dressing.
Lily.
I mean to the salad, and then I'm going
But,
to
you know, sometimes
pour,
it
before
sounds
I
like
pour
Lily.
the cheese will be the last that I'll mix in there. I'm going to add the 4 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay.
And then maybe.
Yes, and then-
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Great. And the last thing we'll do before we
Black
add the
pepper?
cheese is ground pepper. Sometimes they say, you know, it's up to
Yes.
you. I like adding a little bit more pepper
Yes.
into it. It's best.
I can
And you
taste
buy the
that
pepper
already.
already ground, of course, to make it easier. But I like the fresh pepper. I think it
God,
gives it a
imagine if you add garlic.
flavor to it. Okay. So if you don't want to put the cheese in, it's fine as is.
Oh, yeah.
all right?
Yeah, you can.
Cheese is quite used.
Oh yeah,
quite
you don't need
heavily
to because of the
in
cheese.
that
You don't
part
need
of
the
world.
garlic.
So I'm going to add the cheese into it. One of the things I did notice when I opened up the cheese is there's a few that are a little bit bigger parcels. I might just cut them up a little bit. I like it to be a little bit cut up. All right, so I'll probably cut these up. You can see how smooth this is. I'm going to add that into it.
OMG.
Excuse me, I'll mix again.
Nice, colorful.
Yeah.
Yes. Hopefully tasty.
This is like the Greek salad without
Okay.
the Greek.
So if you want to
Without the lettuce and
you
without
you
the
can
black
dice this
pepper
up. Sometimes
and the
feta
vinaigrette.
comes in different sizes. I like it a little bit thinner. Yeah, Harley, if you don't mind, can you mix a little bit more?
Yes.
Right.
And since this recipe it uses mostly fruits and vegetables,
Fruits.
they give you a lot of
Tomato.
vitamins and minerals as well as fiber, so it's very nutritious, easy to make. And sir, if they don't have feta cheese, are they able to use any cheese that
I'm sure
they
you
want?
can use substitute
know,
goat cheese.
If it's either a goat
Yeah, I
or
would
a
think.
a sheep product cheese.
Yeah,
It's a little better. For me, I've never tried any other cheese.
yeah.
It's easy to get, and sometimes people are not big cheese eaters and they won't put cheese in it at all.
Okay,
so,
yes.
but
Yeah.
I'm not sure how it would be if you put American cheese in there. I've never tried it. Or Swiss cheese, but you know what? The nice thing
Or
about
cheese whiz.
cooking and
Some people.
experimenting is
Or
basically,
Velveeta cheese. No, none of those will
try
work.
different things. So this is
Yes.
more of a very typical Israeli salad. Colorful, easy to prep,
There.
and yeah, we can take a
I
look
think
at
you
it.
could use Parmesan too, but just a little bit.
And
the
that's our
slices,
final
the
product.
And that's our
slippers.
final product. Are
That
there
is
any
beautiful.
questions on the
I'm hungry.
on the
is
face
it?
chat?
11
If not, listen,
something.
you can
Oh, good.
always get in touch with me
It's
or
lunchtime.
this
I'm
group
gonna head
to
out.
ask any questions that you might have. I look forward for you to come to the university. I'm going to make a pitch to let you know that this Saturday from 4 to 8 o'clock in the afternoon, we have what is known as, this college is putting out a green night, where we are talking specifically about local produce, local arts and craft. We have some food trucks. It's just a way in which this college is celebrating our 50th year and
Saturday
adding
night, I
on to
would do
this
that.
tomorrow, which of course is to the end of March, but we're doing this on April 2nd, right in
Yes.
front of this the Owls building.
Yes.
Okay. Anything
Oh.
else, sir?
That'll be all. So thank you guys very much for tuning
not
in
this Saturday?
for live demo, cooking demo for today.
Okay, I gotta
Stay
double
tuned
check
for
when you
our
get home.
next demo, which will be
I'll
next
let you
month,
peeps
starting
know if
April.
it's this Saturday, because I
If
don't
you
know what
guys
April
have
2nd
any
is.
questions, if you're also interested in the free nutrition workshop, feel free to contact us on our Facebook page or call us at 735-2030 and we'll help you from there. Then than that,
Or
thank
call
you and
Lily
have a great
direct
day.
at 735-2002.
Viva
Viva.
Sinas, and what a wonderful program.
Yes.
Afternoon,
Even best
everybody.
tomorrow. Wonderful. All right, peeps. It's lunchtime. That just made me hungry. I hope it did for you guys. I'm gonna head up. I gotta check Jess, okay? And now I'm gonna text Lily or call Lily and let him know. Loved it. And to get information on that event, the Green Night. All right, peeps. See you later. Adios.